You want to win, but no one is cheering for you. No one is watching. No one cares. Good. Because this is where real champions are born, not in the spotlight but in the shadows. This is your quiet battlefield, where every small step counts. Today, you will learn how to win alone and rise without applause. Imagine this. The sun has not yet risen. The room is quiet, the air still. You sit on the edge of your bed, eyes half open, and see a small note on your desk. It says, "Why I started." You wrote it weeks ago, maybe months ago, when your heart was full of energy and hope. This note is a whisper from your past self, a reminder to the person you are today. It asks you silently, "Do you still remember?" Every morning is a reset. When you wake up, your brain begins to organize the world again. It asks, "What matters most today?" If you do not answer that question with your dream, the world will answer it for you. Social media, noise, messages, and other people's plans will tell you what to care about. Slowly, your dream becomes smaller, quieter, and forgotten. That is why remembering your dream each morning is not a simple act. It is a ritual of power. It is you telling your mind, "I know what I am doing and why I am doing it." When you remember your dream, your thoughts line up like soldiers. Your focus becomes stronger, and your energy becomes clean. Repeat it every morning. Say it out loud. Use English to speak to yourself. For example, say, "I am building my future." Say, "My dream matters." Say, "I am becoming the person I want to be." Your voice is the first sound your dream needs to hear each day. Let us learn some helpful words for this mindset. Goal, the target you are working toward. Dream, the vision that gives you hope. Reason, the fire that keeps you going. Focus, the light that keeps you on the path. Purpose, the deep meaning behind your effort. When you begin your day with these words, your direction becomes clear. You do not need motivation, because direction is stronger than emotion. Motivation is like the wind, but purpose is like gravity. It keeps you grounded. So every morning, before you touch your phone or speak to anyone, whisper to yourself, "I remember why I started." Because when you remember your dream, the world cannot make you forget who you are. There will be days when you wake up tired. Days when your body feels heavy, your mind whispers, "Not today." On those days, motivation is nowhere to be found. It hides behind excuses and disappears when you need it most. That is why winners do not depend on motivation. They depend on systems. Because emotions are visitors, but discipline is home. A system is something you do every day, no matter how you feel. It is simple, repeatable, and quiet. It does not need applause, sunlight, or inspiration. It only needs you to show up. Imagine a person learning English each morning for just 10 minutes. They are not excited every time. Some mornings they feel bored, others too tired to care. Yet they still sit down, open their notebook, press play on the audio, and begin. That is not motivation. That is a system that works in silence. You see, motivation starts the engine, but consistency drives the car. Many people wait for the perfect mood before they start, but that mood never lasts. Success belongs to those who continue even when the feeling is gone. The difference between "I want" and "I will" is not talent. It is structure. If you want to build your English, design a small, unbreakable system. 10 minutes of listening every morning. 5 sentences to remember each day. 1 minute of speaking to yourself in English before bed. That is all. It may look small, but it is stronger than one big day of effort followed by a week of silence. Small things done every day grow roots. Your system must be so simple that you cannot say no to it. Do not aim for perfect days, aim for finished days. The beauty of a system is that it works even when you do not want to. It carries you when your emotions fall apart. It keeps the flame alive while others are waiting for the wind of motivation to return. Do not tell anyone about your system. Let your results speak for you. While others talk about what they plan to do, you will already be doing it. The world does not need to see your process. It will see your progress. When you build a system that works in silence, you no longer chase feelings. You follow structure. You do not hope for change. You create it. And when your system becomes stronger than your emotions, you will never have to rely on motivation again. There is a young runner who trains alone every morning. He is not the fastest in the city, and no one knows his name. While others race to break records, he races to beat himself. Each day, he runs 1 step farther, 1 second faster, 1 breath deeper. No crowd is watching. No medal is waiting. But something powerful happens. He becomes better than he was yesterday. That is the quiet power of 1%. It sounds small, almost invisible, but over time, it builds mountains. If you improve by just 1% every day after 1 year, you are not 1% better. You are 37 times better. That is the math of patience and persistence. The human mind loves progress, but it often looks for it too quickly. We want results now, recognition today, success by tomorrow. Yet real growth happens in silence, through small and steady steps that no one celebrates. For English learners, this truth is gold. Learning 1 new word each day seems tiny, but after 1 year, that is 365 new words. Learn 1 new phrase daily, and you will speak with confidence you once only dreamed of. Write 1 short paragraph a day, and your writing will flow naturally. The secret is not in speed. It is in staying. Let us look at some words that describe this journey. Improve, to make something better. Progress, the movement toward your goal. Growth, the change that happens inside you. Small step, the humble action that moves you forward. Patience, the quiet strength to keep going without giving up. You do not need giant leaps to reach success. You only need to move forward, even a little. Because progress is not about perfection. It is about direction. The person who keeps walking will always arrive, even if they walk slowly. Remember this when you study English or chase any dream. The champions you admire did not win because they ran the fastest once. They won because they never stopped running. Their improvement was invisible to the world, but clear to themselves. The language of success is not loud. It whispers softly, little by little. So keep going, 1 word, 1 effort, 1 day at a time. The road is long, but every small step brings you closer to the person you are becoming. Inside every person lives a quiet war. It is not fought with weapons, but with whispers. One voice says, "Rest, you can do it tomorrow." The other voice says, "Stand up, do it now." One invites comfort, the other demands courage. Both voices live inside your head, but only one can lead. The question is simple: which voice do you feed every day? The truth is, your mind is like a soldier's training ground. It does not become strong by being treated gently. It becomes strong by facing resistance, by doing the hard thing even when you do not want to. A soldier does not wait for the perfect weather to train. They move through the rain, the heat, the pain, and the silence. In the same way, if you want to win alone, you must train your mind to act without permission from your feelings. Discipline means doing what you must, even when you do not feel like it. Feelings come and go like waves, but discipline stands like a rock. Every time you choose to act despite weakness, you build a wall of strength in your mind. It is not about being fearless. It is about fighting even when fear is loud. Think of learning English. Some days, you feel excited and curious. Other days, your brain says, "Enough, I am tired." That is the battle. Those are the two voices. And the stronger one will always be the one you listen to most. If you listen to the voice of action, it will grow louder and more confident. If you listen to the voice of excuses, it will soon control you. Here is a simple exercise to train your mental soldier. Write 3 short affirmations you can say when you feel weak. Examples: I control my mind. I do not quit. I move forward. Repeat them aloud when the lazy voice appears. This is not magic. It is mental muscle memory. The more you repeat strength, the more your brain believes it. A strong mind does not need to be perfect. It only needs loyalty to action. It means showing up when it is boring, continuing when it is hard, and choosing the harder right instead of the easier wrong. The world is full of people who think like victims. Be the one who thinks like a fighter. Remember, your biggest enemy is not outside you. It is the quiet voice inside that says, "Stop." Train your mind like a soldier, and soon that voice will change. It will say, "Keep going. You are stronger than this." And that is when you begin to win, not just in your work, but in your life. There is a simple truth about success. It is not built in one giant leap, but in steady rhythm. The 3-3-3 growth system is a tool to create that rhythm. It helps you bring order, balance, and clarity to your days so that every morning feels guided and every evening feels earned. You do not need to do everything. You only need to do 3 things in 3 important areas of life: the body, the mind, and the future. Let us start with the first set: 3 physical actions. Your body is the machine that carries your dreams. If it is weak, your focus breaks. If it is strong, your energy lasts. You do not need a gym or expensive equipment. You only need movement. Do push-ups to wake your strength, walk to clear your thoughts, stretch to stay flexible. When you move your body, you also move your mind. For English learners, your physical actions might include training your voice, reading out loud, repeating after native speakers, or recording yourself. The voice is a muscle too, and it grows through use. Next come 3 mental tasks: read, think, and write. Reading feeds your brain with new ideas. Thinking helps you connect them. Writing locks those ideas into your memory. These 3 steps form a loop of learning that makes your mind sharper every day. For your English practice, read 1 page of a story, think about what it means, and write 1 short reflection. It may take only 10 minutes, but it builds powerful habits of growth. Finally, 3 practical skills: earn, plan, and build character. These are the muscles of your future. Earn, by learning skills that add value to your life. Plan, by organizing your time and setting priorities. Build character, by keeping your word even when no one is watching. For an English learner, this might mean using English in your work, writing your weekly goals in English, and staying honest about your progress. The 3-3-3 growth system is simple but strong. It gives you balance, structure, and growth inside your daily routine. When you complete your 3 sets each day, you end the night knowing you moved forward in body, mind, and purpose. You do not have to be perfect. You only have to be consistent. Because growth does not come from doing everything. It comes from doing the right things again and again, until they become part of who you are. There is a quiet strength that few people understand. It is the power of silence. In a world where everyone is shouting, posting, and showing off, silence becomes rare and powerful. Successful people know this secret. They do not talk about their progress. They let their results speak. While others are busy explaining their dreams, they are busy building them. When success finally arrives, it arrives with thunder, and the world wonders, where did this person come from? There is a reason silence works. When you share your goals too early, your brain feels a false sense of achievement. The praise and excitement you receive create an illusion of progress. People say, "Wow, that is amazing," and suddenly, you feel like you have already done the hard work. But you have not. The brain relaxes, the fire cools, and real motivation fades away. You get the reward before the effort. That is why those who talk too much about their goals often stop halfway. Silence protects you from that trap. It keeps your energy focused inward, where real growth happens. Working quietly allows you to stay humble, disciplined, and honest. You do not chase validation from others. You chase results. The best workers, the best learners, the best thinkers, they all know how to move in silence. For English learners, this lesson is powerful. Do not go around saying, "I am learning English now." Do not post every small step for approval. Instead, let your improvement surprise people. Let them notice when you speak smoothly, when you understand naturally, when you write with confidence. That is how silence builds mystery, and mystery builds strength. Imagine this. You study quietly for months. You listen every day. You practice speaking when no one hears. One day, you join a meeting, and your voice flows with ease. People look at you with surprise and respect. You do not need to say you have been learning. Your actions say it louder. Silence is not weakness. It is focus. It means you value your energy too much to waste it on noise. It means you trust time more than attention. When you keep your progress private, your confidence grows stronger because it comes from your own effort, not from the opinions of others. So keep building in the shadows. Keep learning quietly. Let your success make the noise when the time is right. The world is full of people talking, but few who are truly doing. When you learn the art of silence, you will no longer need to beg for attention. The world will turn to listen. The story now comes full circle. Remember that quiet morning from the beginning, the dim light, the silence, the note that said, "Why I started." That moment was not just about dreaming. It was the beginning of discipline. Every morning since then, you have been building something invisible inside yourself. Not motivation, but strength. Motivation may visit you like a friendly breeze, but it always leaves. Discipline, however, stays. It is the friend who knocks on your door at dawn and says, "Get up. We have work to do." Discipline is not a chain that ties you down. It is a pair of wings that lifts you up when your feelings are too heavy. People often confuse discipline with punishment, but it is the opposite. Punishment is something you give to yourself for failing. Discipline is something you give to yourself because you believe you can succeed. It is self-respect in action. It is love in motion. Motivation is a mood. Discipline is a decision. Moods change with the weather, but decisions shape your destiny. Motivation whispers, "I feel like it." Discipline answers, "I will do it anyway." That is the voice that turns ordinary days into extraordinary results. For English learners, discipline means showing up even when it is boring. It means listening again when you already understand, writing again when your hand is tired, speaking again when your pronunciation still sounds strange. Each repetition is a vote for the person you want to become. The truth is simple. You do not become fluent by feeling inspired. You become fluent by being consistent. Think of discipline as your best friend. It may not make you laugh, but it never lies. It tells you the truth you need, not the comfort you want. It pushes you when no one is watching, reminds you of your dream when you forget, and stands beside you when motivation disappears. It does not care about applause, only progress. The path of discipline is not easy, but it is honest. It will test your patience, your focus, and your courage. Yet, it will also give you peace, because when you act with discipline, you no longer need to negotiate with yourself. You simply do. And every time you do, you win a small battle against the weaker version of you. So return to that morning again. Sit quietly, breathe, and whisper, "I remember why I started." Then let discipline walk beside you, step by step, word by word, day by day. Because when you learn to win in silence, when you learn to win alone, you will never be afraid of being alone again.